Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Brittany, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some of the amazing finds that I got at one of our local antique malls. And while I know a lot of people who go antiquing usually look for, old lamps, rare furniture pieces, maybe some collectible items, I go and search for books. But I guess if you've been around this channel for very long, that was probably an easy guess of what I look for. But these are some pieces that I found. We go pretty often, my husband and I. And these were items in booths that I regularly go to because I like the content that they have. And these were new items. So, of course, I scooped them up. But I'll share them with you, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about what my plans are with them and how they're going to be assisting with other projects on this channel, with series and episodes and all kinds of good stuff. So the first thing that I found was this little pamphlet from the Division of Wildlife for the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. And it's older. I don't know the exact date on it. And I'm not sure if this was like a mailer or if it's something that someone might have picked up when they like visited a state park or something, but I picked it up because it has a lot of bird variations in it, and it gave me an idea for a project that I want to work on. And so I thought that this would be a really good reference material for that. I'm not sure if it's going to be a sketching project, like I have the Sketching Sundays series on here. I'm not sure if that's going to be incorporated into it, or if this could be a new series where I'm kind of dabbling with watercolor. I haven't decided yet, but I thought that this was the perfect little reference book, and it was only $2, which, I mean, come on. You can't beat that. I could use this over and over and over again. And one of the things that I love about it is not only does it give the details about the bird, it has a gorgeous photo with great detail that I'll be able to reference for sketching and whatnot. But also because I bird watch, I thought this would be a nice little resource to have on hand, so that if, a new bird comes into the yard and I'm not sure what type it is, I can just reference this little booklet. So that was a great find. $2, can't beat it. And then this is a book that I specifically went there looking for. I had noticed on another trip that on the lower level of the antique mall they had some hardback books, and this is actually going to be used for a book project that I'm going to make for the 100-day project. So if you have been following along with my 2024 100-day project journey, you will probably see this book again towards the end. So I loved the pattern that was used on it. Unfortunately, because it was down in the lower level of the antique mall, a lot of the books next to it had kind of like the start of mold, and they were kind of dirty. They had a little bit of water damage, and this one was the most pristine copy that I could find. It's just an old Reader's Digest condensed book, and I just thought that it was in great condition. So while there were other patterns and designs that I liked, this was the one that was in the best shape. So we're going to do our little book project with this book. So stay tuned, and you'll get to see what I turn this into. And I'll probably save the text block also, because this stuff is, it's got like that vintage look because it's yellowed. It's got some unique coloration going on. Like right here, it looks like something was kept between these pages. Maybe a piece of paper. See how this is lighter and that's darker? So I'll probably keep a hold of the text block for other collage type craft projects. And then this book, guys, this is the gem of all the books I found. This one is the gem. It's new. It has not been used, which score, and it's in perfect condition. And this is just, it's right up my alley. You guys know I love to bird watch. You know I love to flower garden. I've been trying to sketch flowers. I'm going to start, as I just said with the birds, I'm going to start trying to sketch other things. And this book I thought would be perfect for reference. Also, it has a little bit of information about the plants that's in it, whatnot. It has this cool little calendar, which I thought would be great for a sketching day. So part of the reason why I wanted to try doing like nature things to start off, like getting used to drawing and sketching, is because I have an interest in urban sketching. And eventually I'm working my way up to that, guys. Like, we're going on this channel to go in person to locations, and we're going to do urban sketching at some point. That is the goal. So I've just been, you know, practicing with my flowers. I'm probably going to, there's a gnat or something. Sorry, guys. If you see me grabbing, that's what it's at. But that's what I've been working up to. So, ooh. Almost had it. That's what I've been working up to. So this is probably going to come with me on some of those journeys, because I thought with this calendar what I could do is maybe a couple days, a month here and there, I can take you guys with me to a location, and we could fill up the little calendar block with something that we see at the location. So that is something to look forward to in the future. And this was an excellent find. I love it. Okay, and then this next one, of course, along the same lines, it's called For the Birds, Creating a Sanctuary. It's in pristine condition too. Like, there's not any damage that I can tell. It's not dinged up or bent. This was a really good book haul on this trip, and this was only $2. I mean, come on, it's hardback, it's got great pictures, perfect for referencing for my sketching. It's, you know, all the pictures are very detailed, and I couldn't pass it up. So this is going to be referenced to. Obviously, there's some landscaping suggestions in here. You guys know that I was sharing with you a little bit about my landscaping in my yard, the projects that I have going on, and I'll probably do more work in my flower gardening journal. So it'll be interesting to see if this book gives me any ideas with that. So the next book find that I found on my antique journey, you guys are going to love this. It is a huge book, Wildflowers of America. And I don't know if this is part of a series. It kind of looks like it was part of a series just based on the binding. I don't know if it was part of like a larger collection, but it has this really cool embossed, I don't know if it'll show up, kind of like a tiger lily, which I thought was cool. I might actually take, like, you know how you did in the old school days where you took some paper and charcoal and you worked over it. I might actually do some of that with this embossed image and then scan it in and try to make it some type of a stamp or a sticker that I can use on stationery. So pen pals, if you're watching, see if you're one of the lucky ones who gets that on your letter or envelope. Excuse me. So again, excuse me guys, again, this has great information about the flowers that are in it. And not only that, but as you go further back away from the information on the flowers, they have these large scale images and illustrations. And I don't know exactly who did these illustrations. I'm sure it says somewhere in the front of the book. Let's see here. Published by the Smithsonian. There you go. But yeah, so these illustrations are excellent. They're probably going to be used for reference at some point with some of my projects. Oh, there's those buttercups that I have all through my yard. I think I talked about this in a previous video where Sketch on Sundays, they were called King's Cups, if you watched that episode. And I said something about how I didn't know that they were called that. I always just called them buttercups. So yeah, I love those. I actually picked one the other day when I was walking Snoopy through the yard, and I have it pressing right now in my flower press. Actually, no, it's not on my flower press. I take that back. I have it on my desk under some papers and some heavyweight. But yeah, so this was an excellent find. I'm absolutely in love with this. I don't even mind that there's discoloration. I think that just gives it some charm and character. And you know, there's obviously some damage here and some discoloration. There are some nicks and imperfections in the covers, but I'm not bothered by it. I'm not mad about that. Because what I care about are these gorgeous illustrations, and they're just, they're perfect. So that was a great find, and that one was $5. Come on, you can't beat that. This thing new probably cost, I don't know, $40, $50, maybe more, especially being Smithsonian. Alright, and then the last piece I'm going to share with you guys that I found is this cute little collection of The Wind in the Willows. It's a 4-book story adventure, and I always loved The Wind in the Willows when I was growing up. I loved all the characters. I had this book, and it's one of those ones I just read over and over and over again. I loved the little movie, all of that stuff. And these, again, this little box was in rough shape, but these were in very, very good shape. I mean, look at that. They are like absolutely brand new. You wouldn't be able to tell that they weren't brand new if it wasn't for this little box that they were kept in. Same thing that I'm going to use these ones for. It's probably going to be to expand upon my drawing composition. Maybe I'll try to get into like some animal drawing. I might try to do some shapes, and I'm going to be using this for reference. And you know, I can't tell you guys whether or not this is going to be anytime soon on my channel, but I'm sure at some point, once I get into that, I will start sharing it with you guys, or I might even do a video where I'm drawing it like I do Sketching Sundays, so you can watch me as I draw it. But yeah, those were my finds, and they were all bargains. I think the most expensive one was the Wind in the Willow, and that whole booth at that antique mall is usually on the more expensive, or actually I take that back. This book was the most expensive. It was $20, and it retailed for $19.95. I mean, come on. You couldn't have taken a little bit off of that? Whatever. I wanted it, so I paid it. And then this one I think was $15. But you know, if you take into consideration how cheap all the other ones was, like this one was $1, this was $2. I mean, I think I made out pretty good. If I didn't break even, I definitely got the better end of the deal there. So I'm going to be using these books for reference and inspiration over and over and over again. If any of this stuff interests you, my nature drawing, my journey into urban sketching, where I might be going with watercolor and bird drawing, please stay tuned. That stuff is coming. And if you enjoyed this content, this little antique book haul, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do this every so often when I find new stationery products or new books or anything that I consider a haul, and then I'll share it with you guys so you can adjust your notifications, and then that way you'll get alerted the next time a video like this or another series comes up on my channel. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys!